Happy Wednesday, my bookish friends. Today, I'm here with Miss Brenna to bring you guys a new Top 5 Wednesday video, and that is the Top 5 Best Rainy Day Reads. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and Brenna, and we are here today with a new Top 5 Wednesday video. I'm excited about today's video because it is one of my favorite things, and that of course is reading while it's stormy and raining outside. Currently while filming, it is the exact opposite. It's like 72 degrees and it's bright, sunshiny day, but that's okay. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so there's that. So who, as a introverted cold weather person, doesn't love a rainy day in which to stay inside all cozy and reading? I know I do. It's one of my favorite things, and that's why I look forward to fall and winters, because of all the cold, rainy days where I can snuggle up in sweaters and scarves with puppies and fires and coffees and books. Isn't that right? See, she's already ready to like take a nap in my lap while I read. But we're going to put Brenna down right now so that way we can get to the books that I suggest to you guys for a good rainy day read. Oh, but we're so cuddly. Aww. So when it is rainy and storming outside, there are two types of books that I like to read, and that is classics and the other is fantasy. So I have a good mixture of both to recommend to you guys for your own reading pleasure. The first of those should come as no surprise, and that of course is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Hobbit is the perfect book to stay inside and read while it's raining and cold and windy and stormy outside, because it is a very cozy little book, and it is a quick read, and it is a fun read full of adventure and dragons and dwarves and so much excitement. So I really love this story. Of course, as a Tolkien fan, I reread it recently in the fall when it was stormy and raining out, so that was perfect. Just is kind of a cozy book, so it's a perfect book to read while staying inside and cozy yourself. The next book is one of my all-time favorite classics, and that is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I love this story. It is so far my favorite Dickens work, with Bleak House taking a very close second, but I love this story so much. It's told from the perspective of our young protagonist, Pip. And Pip is an orphan being raised by his rather cruel sister and her very kindly husband, Joe, who is a smith. And soon, Pip kind of comes to the attention of this mysterious rich old lady, Miss Havisham, and he has to go and provide her with entertainment when he is a young boy, which is basically consists of her sitting there harassing him while he has to take it and play cards with her. She's kind of a crazy old lady. And pretty soon, Pip ends up becoming into his own expectations, if you will. So he comes into a large sum of money and he ends up departing on his own, and it kind of shows his adventures and misadventures and the mystery of where that money came from. And it's a really fun story. It is very dark at times and moody and very atmospheric, so it makes for a really good read while it is rainy and storming outside. The next book is a contemporary of Charles Dickens, and that is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Him and Charles Dickens were actually friends, and they actually wrote and produced several plays and works together. In case nobody knew that, that's an interesting little tidbit for you. I love The Woman in White. It is so far the only Wilkie Collins book I have read, but it's really a lot of fun. It's a mystery novel, and I absolutely love it to bits. It follows this young artist teacher who, upon going home one day, he encounters this mysterious woman in white, and he tries to assist her, but she ends up going about her way, and then he finds out this woman escaped from a mental institution, and that's all crazy, and then he ends up taking on this job to teach this young woman and her sister, and this young woman kind of looks like that woman in white, and he ends up falling in love with her though, and it's full of a lot of mystery, and some very sad moments, some very like, oh, stressful moments occur in the story, and it is fantastic. It's like the perfect gothic mystery novel, and I absolutely love it to bits. It is so much fun, and I had me guessing the entire time, like the little twists I didn't see coming, and the characters are great, and it's just full of a lot of mystery and a lot of fun. The next story I have to recommend to you guys is another fantasy story, and that is Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marillier. This is part of her Seven Waters series, and it takes place in Ireland in the Dark Ages. It is based on the Six Swans fairy tale, in which this young girl's her six brothers have been turned into swans by this evil sorceress, and she has to weave shirts of nettles for each of them in order to turn them back into humans. And she can't speak while she does this, and of course the task is hard because it's, you know, nettles are very thorny. plants. So there is that. But it's a really, really great story, and she incorporates the Fae elements into it. And of course, it takes place in the time period in which England is in the process of invading Ireland. So you have that conflict going on. And it is just another atmospheric book. It can be very dark, and it can be very mysterious, and it can be full of a lot of whimsy. And I absolutely love it to bits. Juliet Marillier has a very lyrical way of writing that makes it a really enjoyable book to read and cozy up with. And I love it so much. And the last book I have to recommend is a fun adventure classic, and that of course is The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. Three Musketeers I think everyone knows about. It follows our three musketeers, Athos, Porthos, and Aramis, and the young D'Artagnan on a whole slew of adventures in France, and it is a lot of fun. It is full of just a lot of humor and a lot of ridiculousness, and it is just definitely a very fun classic to read. I read it last year and I really, really enjoyed it. There's a lot of antics these four get up to, and of course as they fight against the evil cardinal and all of his machinations, and I loved it a lot. It's definitely a fun book and something that you can really get engrossed in easily, especially when you have nothing to do on a cold, rainy day. Alright guys, those are my 5 picks for the top 5 books I recommend for reading on a rainy day. You have to let me know what one of yours is, or if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week, and until my next video, happy reading. Bye!